It's that time again. You know what's good. Photo shoot behind the scenes. Let's get it. What is going on, everybody? It is Finn Badgley, and today I'm taking you behind the scenes of where I went out and took some cinematic night portraits with musician and model Astrid Tanton, and this is the result of those photos, as well as some of my thoughts going into this and how we created this really kind of cinematic indie movie vibe for these night portraits, as well as doing some extra shots for her own promotional material as well. So I'm gonna be giving you a behind the scenes look at that, as well as some of my thoughts going into some of the photos here. This is part of a larger series of this kind of indie style cinematic look that I've been incorporating with some of my images lately, and that involves a lot of different colored lights, a lot of low light photography, and that sort of thing. For this, after we got through some of the different promotional photos for what she was thinking, we then started breaking out the different funky colored lights and just really creating a vibe, creating a really interesting look here. Like you can see some of the photos where we had that nice orangey glow on her face with the cityscape in the background that I thought was a pretty cool look, especially if you had like a warm lamp or something on in the background. She's just in her own environment, just hanging out by the window and just really kind of having that candid moment with her there. And then we went down into her underground parking where we found this beautiful looking vintage Ford, and obviously we had to take some photos with it there, and these absolutely looked incredible. I kind of wanted this vibe like she was waiting for somebody there, so we got some of these photos like that you can see here, and the look absolutely worked so well. Kind of wanted that casual vibe with the hoodie that she was wearing. A little bit stylistic still for this because I wanted the practical lights to really show through. I didn't use strobe or anything. I had my Nanlite Pavo tube, which you can see the full review of up here. That was my main light source here, and then obviously we had the different tube lights in the ceiling of the parking garage. Sometimes I would run around and get the motion sensor to turn some of them on, and then wait a bit for certain ones to turn off as well, so we could really have a little bit more control of the light there, and these photos absolutely turned out amazing. It was just one of those serendipitous moments. We were going to take some parking garage photos, and we just saw this vehicle there and had to get some photos with it. And then this is where we went down and got those nice leading lines, basically where your eye is being taken through the image via the lines in the photo. Very nice compositional element there, and led to this fantastic look. I love that really wide shot where you can see them all going down. Even got some people blurred out in the background walking by. That just added an extra little level to there. Now for a lot of these, like I said, I was mainly using the Nanlite Pavo tube as my main key light here, and then I also on my camera had the Moment Cinebloom 10%. That's why some of these lights look a little bit glowy and give that more cinematic look. If you want a full review to that, it'll be right up here as well. And then we wanted more cityscape in the background, kind of free spirit indie movie vibes. So we found a parking garage that had a rooftop parking section and went up there, took some photos. It started to rain towards the end, so we tried to get through these quite quickly. Got some in the car as well, got some outside of it. I even broke out my sunset lamp for some of these just to give an extra little added something here. I wanted that really candid style of photography here, just like she's in her element and I'm just capturing her in that. And I think the way that all of this came together really lended to it quite well. I more so tried to light the scene and the environment and then let her exist in that and photograph her through that, and I think the way it turned out is absolutely amazing because of that. I even put a couple of these in black and white, which is something I don't always do, but it really lended well to the overall look here, and I'm really happy with how these photos turned out. This is turning into a larger series that I'm creating, and will also be making some NFTs of. Make sure to check those out in the description down below. and this will be an ongoing series, so I'll be adding some more different behind the scenes stuff like that on here as well. If you want to see more of some of the photos from these different shoots, make sure to follow me over on Instagram at Finn_Badgley. That is where I'll be posting a lot of these and any other shoots that I'll be working on. So I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe got some value out of it, especially if you're looking for different ways to take some really interesting night portraits, some night fashion photos. This was a great shoot and love the looks that we did here, especially for that night vibe, taking those cinematic photos at night. I did have to have a lower shutter speed and a higher ISO, but the grain that actually worked for this, I found having that grain in there really worked for these photos quite well. And if they were cleaner, if I was shooting at like ISO 1 or 200 and there was almost no grain, I would add it in anyways, just to really add to that overall vibe and feel that we're going for. This is when you would want to do certain things like that. I know sometimes you don't really want that grain, but this is one of those times where I definitely did, so that's why it came into play there. So I hope you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it, especially if you're looking for ways to up your night photography, up your night portraits, and take some more cinematic photos. Drop a comment if you like this kind of thing and you want to see more different behind the scenes videos from me in the future. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos so you never miss an upload. Work hard, rest often, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.